He said, well, we just don't gouge people. And I'm not owned by venture capital or private equity or some giant group. Also, if you're here in Ontario, very important for you to know that the government has actually made it way more affordable, especially if the price of the IVF cycle is affordable. So let's take our price, $12,745, and that includes your first embryo transfer, frozen embryo transfer, and you get $5,000 tax credit. So now it's actually $7,745. And then you get some of that money back in your taxes as well, usually around 20 or 30%, although everybody's different. So it can be as low as about $5,000 to do your IVF cycle. Does not include meds, does not include genetic testing or additional treatments, but like it's getting way more affordable. Having said that, I was at my Sarnia clinic yesterday where a patient burst into tears when she asked me how much we cost, because the other clinic she had spent 2 years at, she didn't do IVF because they wanted to charge her $30,000 for the IVF cycle. And that did not include a frozen embryo transfer. And so she was mortified that we were so much cheaper. And she said, why are you so much cheaper? And I said, well, we just don't gouge people. And I'm not owned by venture capital or private equity or some giant group. I'm owned by me. So we just keep our prices very reasonable for people because we want to help you out. So it can be very affordable these days to do IVF. I'm not saying it's cheap. $5,000 to $6,000 plus meds is a lot of money, but it's manageable for many people. And if you're having trouble, let us know. We have financing options. We can do our best to help you. There's the Fertility Friends Foundation you can apply through. So there's all sorts of resources available to try and get through.